Okay, I'm back. You're back. If you're watching this, my name is Gianni. We do everything book related, book content. Maybe we'll do more. I don't know yet. It's your first time seeing me. Hi. Oh, I look crazy. I'm sorry if you see like little shadows. My window shades are open. But today, did I finish the sentence I was saying? I don't think I did. But if it's your first time seeing me, hi. Subscribe, like, I don't know. It's fun here. Maybe. Maybe it's not. I don't know yet. But today we're doing books I want to read for 2025. And I think I have over 20, maybe. My goal for 2025 is to read more fantasy, more romantasy, science fiction. Like, let's get out of the romance realm just a little, please. I'm so sorry if you hear my brother. He's just so loud. He's right next to me and the walls are thin, so I always hear him yelling when he's playing a game or some shit. So that's that. I will try to limit as much as you hear it and cut out as much as I can, because that's annoying. So the first book we're going to get into is This Woven Kingdom. I've talked about it previously. I have the physical book. I have the first book. I know it's a trilogy, I think, and the first two books are out. And I know it is an epic romantic inspired by Persian mythology. And I thought, oh my god, that's amazing. That's interesting. And I know this is the same author who did Shatter Me, which I know is a really popular series. I've never read it, but I want to read this because it has the forbidden romance aspect, long lost heir, crown prince. You know it's about to eat. You know it's about to eat and it's about to serve. And a lot of these are series. I'm trying to get into more series this year, and hopefully I do. Next, we have the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. It is the series right after Caraval, which I've read already. I'm just taking a little break from reading them because I feel like that series took me a really long time to finish. You'll know how I feel when I finish the vlog, because I vlogged my whole experience reading it, but it took me a really long time. And for this one, we are following the Prince of Hearts and Evangeline Fox. Those are the main characters. And you've met the Prince of Hearts in Caraval. His name is Jax, I think. I remember, yeah. And I know this is like fantasy, romance, has all the good things. And I'm very excited to read this one because I feel like everyone who ever sees it and like sees it, everyone who reads it like loves it. So I'm very curious. The next series we have is the Lightlark series. I have the first book. I know there's 3 out already and possibly a 4th. I don't know. All I know is this has like a Hunger Games aspect to it where there's like games to the death. And I know it's like an island comes back every 100 years and each of like the rulers of these islands like fight for something. I don't know what they're fighting for. We'll find out. I know there's a love triangle, which is not my favorite. I actually hate that in a book, but a love triangle. Main girl's name is Isla. She's girl bossing, gatekeeping, gaslighting. And then let's look at the fan art. Like, I hate to say it, but the fan art is what made me really want to read it because it's so good. It's so good. The next series we have is Throne of Glass. Again, I have the first book. I'm not buying all those books. I'm sorry. I don't have room. I don't have room in my space for that, to be buying all of them. But I got the first one. I know it's a high fantasy. The main girl is an assassin. She like is, I have my computer open, so if you see me looking to the side, that's why. She must defeat like 23 killers in a competition to like lessen her sentence because she's like in jail, I think. And you know, of course, there's a crown prince. There's a captain of the guard that protects her. It's giving a little bit of a love triangle, I think. This is another series I really want to get into. I do have some authors on here, and I'm not going to go into depth about their books. I just want to get into the author. And the first author I have is V.E. Schwab. I actually purchased Vicious. I have it over there. I'm not gonna grab it. And then I do have A Darker Shade of Magic on my Kindle. I know they're both series. I just do want to get into the author in general because I always see their name pop up and I feel like they'd be a good read. So hopefully I can get into it. The next thing we have is a duology. It is the Shepherd King duology. I tried really hard reading it during Halloween. I just never got around to it. So I know this one's a gothic fantasy. We have magic. Why did I put We Meet a Man? Obviously. I have my notes in front of me and all I put was We Meet a Man. That's it. I know it has like an adventure aspect. The main characters are like gathering something called Providence cards, which is like a key to a cure. Because I think the female lead, there's like something wrong with her. I think she's sick. Maybe, I don't fucking know what's wrong with her. Something's wrong with her. Next we have the Magnolia Park series. I have the first book. I know this is gonna give like Gossip Girl. It's about like the London elite social scene. So it's gonna give Gossip Girl just in London. So this one I feel like is a long series. So this one might take me a bit to get to, but I want to get into it regardless. And next we have the Legendborn series. I know the first 2 books are out. I have the first book. It is a YA fantasy. I didn't realize it had a realistic setting, and it's in UNC in Chapel Hill. And I feel like I like fantasy books like that where it's like a real setting. Like it's a place that like I can visualize and see. So I always think that's cool. And I know that has like a secret society. The main female lead has like magic. There's like magic involved in everything. It just seems very cool, very interesting. I'll take a shot every time I say interesting. Like, god damn, I need better words. I need a freaking thesaurus. Next we have is a series that I've always wanted to read. I just haven't gotten around to it. And it's Howl's Moving Castle. I love Studio Ghibli. It is my favorite thing in the world. I love all the movies. I went to the Joe Hisashi concert because I loved it so much. And of course I should read the book that's based off of one of the movies. And if you don't know the plot for Howl's Moving Castle, the main female lead Sophie is under a spell where she's like an old lady. I'm very sorry for her. The only way to break the spell is in the ever-moving castle, which is where she needs to like deal with Howl, who can help her reverse this curse. So it's very much an adventure story. The tiniest bit of romance, barely anything in there. It's just very magical and very cute and very cozy is how I feel like it's gonna be, just like the movie. So I could be wrong, but I want to read it anyways. And I know it's like a series, there's like 3 books. Next, this is probably my only science fiction novel in here, or anything that's like different from what I normally read, and it's Gideon the Ninth. I have no idea why I have this on here. I watch Carrie Cakes. I feel like everyone who knows her, and I know this is a series she loves, and I feel like she talks about it so animated about it, and it just makes me want to read it. So maybe I can get into some science fiction. I used to read a lot of it when I was younger. So why not get into it again? I don't know. Let's try something different. I know this one's like Deadly Trials. I think each book has the focus of a different character as far as I know. I know very little about the book. I feel like everything I know is like surface level. But I feel like it'd be nice to get into. And then for more authors, I have Tessa Bailey. And I want to read the book The Au Pair Affair, Fangirl, and Secretly Yours. I know she has a lot of other books, but these are the books that I feel like are my cup of tea, and I feel like they'd be really fun. Come on, like, I know I think the first 2, Fangirl and The Au Pair Affair, are like sports romance, and I'm a sucker for a sports romance. I don't even know why. I don't even fucking like sports, but I'll read about it. Next we have Sarah Adams. And for her, I want to read The Enemy, Practice Makes Perfect, and The Temporary Roomie. Those all feel like really fun and really cute. And I feel like I haven't read anything by her, actually. And to call myself a romance reader and I've never read a book by her is appalling, truly. So I know she has a lot more. I went to like the bookstore the other day and I saw like her section, like where her name is, and I was like, god damn, you have a lot of books. But these are the three I want to get into. And then next we have the Celestial Kingdom duology. And the first book is Daughter of the Moon Goddess. This is a Chinese mythology book. I literally have a little excerpt from it, like a little plot, where it says, a captivating duet fantasy inspired by the legend of Chang Yi, the Chinese moon goddess, in which a young woman's quest to free her mother pits her against the most powerful immortal in the realm. The cover is gorgeous. And I am someone who judges a book by its cover. I'm sorry, I do. I feel like I love books on mythology. I love it. I think it just adds such a good aspect to it. And it's just interesting. I feel like I wanted to read it. I looked at the cover and I was like, I want to read that. I want to own it. And I will. And the next, oh my God, how many of these are like 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Like the next 10 are books that are coming out for 2025. So I know as much as everyone else, which isn't much. There's obviously a lot more books I want to read. These are just the ones that I know are coming out next year and I'm very excited for. And the first one we have is Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. You know I'm going to read her books. I've read every single book by her, even the little novellas that she's written. I've read them all. And for this one, this is between a competitive diver and an ace swimmer, and it's like a steamy college romance. That's different. I feel like I've never read anything like that. And with Ali Hazelwood, I haven't read a lot like hers. Granted, I'm really hoping we get a different kind of trope for the male lead, because a lot of her male leads, I hate to say it, feel the same. And her female characters as well. I'm really hoping we get a little bit of different, like a little difference. I'm hoping I'll still read her shit and like eat it up. I don't even care. Next we have Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I'm excited for this one. We have a grumpy veterinarian. Instead of a one-night stand, they had an amazing date, and then it just, our female lead like can't date him anymore. She has too many issues going on at home, too many issues with herself. So it's like, even if they had an amazing date, I can't date you. But I feel like I've seen people read what do you call those things when they get like a first copy? Like it's not the final one. They just get like a little version, like a little, what do you call that? I'm gonna figure out what the word is and like put it somewhere. And I feel like people are like, this is an amazing book, and I'm a follower and I'm easily influenced. If you tell me a book is good, I probably will read it and be like, oh my God, everyone else loves it, so I'm gonna love it. Sorry, it is what it is. And the cover was beautiful, love it. Next we have Wild and Wrangled, which is the 4th book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. This is between Camille and Dusty, I think is his name. Second chance romance. She was stood up at her own wedding. She's a single mom, and she ends up being his neighbor. You can't even get any cuter than that. That is so fucking cute. I'm so excited because oh my God, ew. I feel like we didn't get enough of their banter or relationship, and it made me want to know more, because I had such a feeling for when Dusty's like first introduced and it's like they come across each other, there was something there. And I'm very curious. And Lila Sage, like, she can give me anything and I'll read it. I don't care. Next we have Great Big Beautiful Life, and this is by Emily Henry. You already know I'm gonna read her stuff. It's bought, it's in the cart. I already have it. It is there. I didn't even look at the price. I don't even care. This is the one where 2 writers are competing, and they go to like this island where there's like a mansion, and they're trying to write a biography of a woman who apparently hasn't been seen in years, and she's kind of pitting them against each other to get, I don't know, to kind of like see who she'd want to write, to have them write about her for. I don't fucking know. That's like, I'm paraphrasing, obviously. I'm going based off of my memory, but I can't, if Emily these are one of those authors, like, I'm not even gonna think really about the back. I'm just going to buy it because I love their work and I love her work. So I'm going to read it. Whether I end up hating it or not, I'm going to read it. Don't care. Next we have Rewind It Back, which is the 5th book in the Windy City series, which I've all read this year. Love this series. It's so good. And this is Rio and Hallie's book. Rio, you've met so far in the books. He's a hockey player. He plays on the same team as Xander. So you kind of know his banter and kind of who he is as a person. Hallie, I don't think we've met. I don't remember coming across her, and I could be very wrong and I'm misremembering. But that's like all I know. I also haven't searched much about if the author has said anything about them, like about the book, but I'm gonna read it because I've read every other book and I have to finish the series, so I'm going to read this one. Next we have, which is kind of like picking back off of this one, we have Gloves Off, another hockey romance. This is a part of the Vancouver Storm series. I've read all 3 books and The Wingman. I'm looking at you. That is the best book in that series. I love that book. Oh my god, I love that book. Loved them all. They were actually all pretty good, but that one was my favorite. But we're not talking about that right now. Sorry. Let's get on track. Gloves Off is between Alexei and Georgina. Alexei is, I forgot his position on the hockey team, but he does something. And Georgina's their doctor, like the team doctor, and they hate each other. This is enemies to lovers, marriage of convenience. I couldn't even tell you how they got there because I feel like when you witness their whole thing in The Wingman, I had a feeling they were going to be the next couple, but they are so vicious with their words and so mean to each other. It's crazy. So I'm very curious how that's going to pan out. Next we have Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. I've read all her books so far up to date. I love her. I love her work. Her stories are so creative. Sorry, my camera cut off. We're talking about Out of the Woods. Love her work. Love Hannah Bonham Young. And for this one, it is a married couple goes on a week-long wilderness retreat, camping trip. I don't know. And this is to help them reconnect to each other because they're, in the book, they're already established. They are obviously a married couple. We're not getting to the point where it's like the yearning or learning if they like each other. Will they not? They already kind of have it. This is more so going into the fact that how are they navigating their issues with their relationship? Can they overcome it? What are we doing? I love her books so much. Oh my god, I cannot recommend them enough. I am so excited for this one. And the last one we have is Sunrise on the Reaping. This is Haymitch's story for The Hunger Games. I have read all the books. I read them in middle school. Watched all the movies. I am very excited for this one. I feel like we all want to know his story. We love Haymitch as a character. I'm just curious. I also do hope it's a movie as well, because I would love to see that. I'd love to see that. Actually, I would. I obviously want to read more books. These are just the books that pop in my head. I have so many books on my Kindle, so many books over there that I do want to read, but these are just ones that like I want to get into. Please recommend me more books. I want to get into other types of genres that isn't just romance or smut. I need to expand my horizons. It's just I always end up reading books that feel easy. I don't know what it is about it. I feel like I need an easy breezy book, and I feel like I want to get into more books that have more complex plots. The dialogue is a lot more heavier. Like, I don't know, it's just more to it. But yeah, that's me. If you love this and if you liked it, let me know. I don't know. Like, subscribe. Was it fun here? I don't know. Let me know. But yeah. Bye.